Once again, we are back on Egmont Swachki Tea Talk, Train of Thought, with a series of episodes with Professor K.V. Ramakrishnan. He has been there with Reserve Bank of India for 22 years and also a general manager at STCF Finance Limited for 28 years. Cumulative 40 years of a rich experience, and also as a consultant, and had been to have attended various central banking program abroad. And we are having an interesting conversation with Professor K.V. Ramakrishnan to bring real great insights as far as the finance which is concerned. So now about the treasury, like what is this treasury and how the target audience who would like to make their career in treasury, what they should do, what are the skill sets which are required? Can you throw light on that, please?
First, I'll throw some background about this origin of treasury. So what happened is basically a bank or an NBFC, its main function is lending. So the maximum margin of profit they get is out of lending. Like suppose your cost of funds is say 7-8% and you are lending at 13%, then automatically your net interest income will be about 5%. So that's a good enough this one. Anything about 3-4% is considered to be ideal. Now what happens is sometimes opportunities don't arise in the market for lending, and then you can't keep your funds idle. So this is where the treasury came in. So all these funds will be diverted to investment activity. So all those funds, they will invest in equity, they will invest in bonds, some will invest in commodity markets, and they will try to make profits out of that. So you get dividend income out of equity, you get interest income out of debt, and the main thing is trading income. You are making capital gains or by buying and selling. So in this, the aspects are you require good trading skills. You should have good publicity skills about your products. What are the products that you have devised? There is also some merchant banking activity, your what you call trade finance activity involved in this, where actually you are actually issuing LCs, etc. Banks issue LCs, etc. And then they support import-export. So that is also there also they on fee-based activity. If fee-based activity and fund-based activity, the difference is that in fund-based activity is lending, you are putting your own money. In fee-based activity, you are giving services and you are getting fee-based income. That students should know. Okay, so these are some of the functions of a treasury, and main thing will be the skill of the traders. So a lot of money is to be here. Your salary, your package, and your incentives are very much dependent upon your performance.
Correct.
If you do, if you make good profits for the company, automatically your incentives will increase. And big players, when the credit is not doing so well, treasuries they flourish. So it's like a cyclical sort of thing. Sometimes it is balanced. Like you will find that when the credit markets are down, during the pandemic, the credit markets were down. So people, they made money in bond markets. So you can find from this annual statement of companies quarter to quarter whether they made profits in treasury or in credit. So this is about the treasury, where students can take up this career. They must have sharp skills. Here the reflexes are very important. Apart from knowledge, your reflexes, how fast you react to the market situation. Buying, selling, at what prices you are able to pick, at what prices you are going to offload. That is a special case. It depends on your reflexes. So that's one important area. If people feel they are confident enough, and then they can take this career and they can make a lot of money.
Any base certification required for
treasury management in NISM? Actually, there is a module for treasury. So that you can do it, and then not only this, you should also be good at capital markets. It's not just the treasury word alone. It encompasses lot of aspects of treasury finance. So you got the capital markets. You have to be good at macroeconomics. Macroeconomic conditions dictate the market. You should know about the monetary policy. You should know about the fiscal policy of the government. Okay, you should read a lot. And then you should also equip yourself with plenty of knowledge to be able to meet the various what you call black swan events also. There are events which are black swan events, means events which can't be forecasted. And you cannot estimate risk in these cases. If you take a bell curve, the left-hand side of the tail. So if that is a 99% to 100%, that particular area, which are full of black swan events, like the pandemic area, the Ukraine war, Trump's election. Some of these are black swan events. Even yesterday, I've been this Japanese Prime Minister was shot.
Correct.
Even that is a black swan event actually.
Correct.
He was a very popular and very famous person who
Correct.
contributed a lot to the society.
Correct.
So that's how the treasury goes, and I'm sure that students with the right attitude and the right passion for this particular area will be able to thrive and flourish in this particular field. In this respect, I want to highlight about another very important role in treasury, apart from the dealer, that is a fund manager. Treasury, when it is investing funds, it is also raising funds in the market. These are in the nature of short-term and long-term funds. So corporate, typically they raise commercial paper. Banks, they raise certificates of deposit. Just like Government of India raises treasury bills.
Correct.
So these funds are very important for the functioning of a treasury, for working capital purposes, as well as for short-term investment. And they also have to invest long-term. So for this, they raise bonds, etc. And then they finance their activities. So here the role of the fund manager is very important. So fund manager ensures that he gets the funds at the most optimum rate. So the cost of funds for the borrowing cost of funds for the institution, it's optimized. It is economized, and that's very important. If you want to do any business, you cannot borrow very high rates. You will be doomed. So this is very important for a treasury. So fund manager's role is very, very vital in a treasury, and fund manager actually is a part of what is called the asset liability committee.
I see.
As ALCO, it is called ALCO. So in this asset liability committee, lot of important decisions are taken. How much one should borrow, at what time they should borrow, what is the kind of rate that they can afford, what is the kind of rate they should generate, what is the return they should generate on the investments, and then what should be the approximate target for that particular period. All these things are very important for a treasury. So what I wanted to say was that apart from the role of a trader, that's the dealer,
Correct.
the role of a fund manager is equally important for the treasury. They are complementary roles.
Correct. Good. Great, sir. I think it's a great insight given by Professor K.V. Ramakrishnan to the students on treasury. Like, I'm sure there's a great insights what we have got exclusively on Tea Talk Ek Bund Soch Ki, and I'm sure the target audience would like to make their career in treasury have got a real insights, and also what are the kind of a certification what one should get into. And this is what Tea Talk platform is all about, where I think we try and bring the personalities from diversified field, from different domain, to share a knowledge with the target audience so that they can make their career better life. Sir, thanks a lot for your valuable time and the great insight for our Tea Talk audience. Keep on watching Professor K.V. Ramakrishnan on Tea Talk Ek Bund Soch Ki for next episode. Till then, go to www.teatalk.net, subscribe and like the channel as much as you can. So thank you very much for being part of the show. Thank you very much.